which is fine, because it does need to happen, and so her shield just protecting herself makes sense. But it hasn't done it didn't do anything to protect the first 2 deaths in this fight. We're getting dove. Look at this poor Baptiste. He's taking a pharmacy from his right. He's taking an Ashe and a cow from his left. Zach's behind. Zach is doing a conga line with their team. And Lucio, I believe, somewhere. Yeah, here's Lucio back here too. He's he's doing some yoga. That's an interesting pose. Anyways, shields are completely useless here. Zach's shield's not even out. So, like, at some point it'd be nice if shields were like projected up to try to stop that, or somewhere. It's not even out. Now I believe we still end up winning this fight. Zach's flank, eventually he shot enough bullets into the butt of Cow, and because he was flanking and he was uncontested himself because they ignored him, Zach got a really fast Sigma ultimate, which he's gonna pop now. Again, shield check. Dab's shield protecting herself while poor Memesly over here is getting absolutely destroyed. Zach's shield is protecting himself, I guess, from the Lucio. But the Lucio's probably just trying to kill this Mercy who's low anyways. But the tanks are getting kills. They have to get kills because their DPS are almost constantly dead, but they're getting some kills.
I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
Big Sigma ult. Let me speed it up. Deadly's trying to kill Pharah. He's playing Tracer like I wanted to play Tracer before because Tracer can recall. She's got the mobility in order to just like protect herself. She's independent, which is needed when we're playing this comp against stuff like they're running. Shield check. Zach's shield is, I guess, decently positioned. Dab's shield, as usual, is just protecting herself to contest. But they're not even really trying to cap. They sort of rotated people onto this point every now and again, but it was never like a tank. It was just like a baby diva, or Pharaoh would occasionally dip down low enough. I'm getting dove again, by the way. I went to this high ground in between that. I didn't have any shield of protection. And VCat's on Dabarella. Dabarella, let's back up. Let's see how low Dabarella even got here. Dabarella's at full HP. Memesly's at 1. Memesly dies to the to the dive. Meanwhile, Zach's doing his flank kills. Okay, now that the healer is dead, Pharah's decided, okay, now we can deal with the tank. She doesn't know I'm alive yet, so she's gonna start. Dabarella at this point is taking the first damage she's taken in 10 years. Because again, they're just completely ignoring her. She's sitting on this point with the shield up, and we're just essentially facing a 5v6 because they're ignoring her, and she's just sort of shooting around. She did kill somebody. I don't know how much of the damage was her or whether she finished it off, but she's sort of just sitting here on point, acting like a turret. Here's Ashe on this high ground, uncontested. Now you'll see, like I said, the whole point of this is not that Zach's playing poorly, it's that it's a poor pick. Zach understands that this is happening, that he needs to shut it down. So he's going on this flank to stop, and he will stop it. But anything Sigma can do, like how Zach plays Sigma here, a Diva could do better. Diva could fly immediately up in Defense Matrix instead of Zach slow-ass floating up here, trying to get to this flank. Meanwhile, I'm getting dove by the pharmacy. I'm just running. I'm getting dove by the pharmacy and the Lucio. Shield check. Shield's just protecting Dabarella. VCat's healing the Dabarella, who's at like 98% HP. Not noticing that I'm getting triple dove here. That's another thing I think we know to work on. It's another topic, but I think we spend too. If I had a piece of advice for healers, I feel like our healers spend too often topping off tanks that are at like 75 HP when they're not under danger, instead of doing constant checks to see their DPS and their other healers are okay. I feel like I often die because a healer is like, there will be Dabarella behind her shield at like 80% HP, and the healer is, instead of like doing a constant, is my team okay, they're just trying to make sure she gets back to the full 400. Dabarella's totally fine here. Dabarella's not going to die. They're mostly ignoring her. She's got a shield. She's got 400 HP. I need healing. I need support. We don't need to top off before you swap targets, especially if it's a tank. But that's another topic. I think that just happens too often. I think our healers need to be doing more like every 5 seconds do like a 360, like, or think in my head, are my DPS and healers okay? Do I really need to finish topping off the tank right now? Anyways, so since this all has happened in that last, 8 seconds, Zach went on the uber flank to kill the Ashe. He did kill the Ashe. Again, in Zach's head, I'm carrying so hard right now. I'm getting kills. He would have killed that Ashe much faster if he was D.Va, by the way. He would have flown directly up here when she was here. He would have eaten rockets and normal shots into her face and a defense matrix. It would have been much better. He's playing Sigma like a worse D.Va. Or even a worse Hog. Talking about flank. I'm on the high ground again, trying to kill this pharmacy, but a soldier killing a pharmacy alone, especially with the size of this map where she can strafe between these girders to break line of sight, is almost impossible. I need to land a large chain of headshots. This D.Va is constantly diving our backline. There it is again. Shield check. Dabarella's shield is only protecting herself. No one's even shooting at her. Here comes the Pharah dive, completely ignoring shields. Zach has made it back to point. He's now 1v1ing Cow. Now, again, a big difference we see in playstyles between our team and their team here is Zach multiple times tries to go for this Cow as if this Cow is anything other than a presence waiting for her rest of her team. Look at her team doing her job. This Cow's job, what she's trying to do is get onto the point, put down a shield, and wait for them to all do it. Zach's trying to kill Cow first. That's useless. This Cow's not going to get a quad kill with her regular quad fire. This is what we need to address. We need help over here with these people, not this. Deadly even noticed that. Deadly even looked at that Cow. He registered that Zach's 1v1ing a Cow in this corner and was like, fuck that, dude. That's not worth my time. And he moves over to an actual important target like this D.Va DVing us. Thank God he did, plus Bongo came out, so we were able to kill the D.Va. Zach's still 1v1ing Cow. I'm going back up to the high ground for the 10th time. I really can't kill this pharmacy. I'm trying by myself, but every time I get close, even Deadly's trying to help me, bless his soul, but it's just not working out well. Actually, no, here we do kill, because Deadly helps me, and I get a direct hit with that. So, again, Zach's just 1v1ing the Cow. Now Lucio comes to help. This is the most useless 1v1 in history. Yeah, VCAT comes in to help. Alright, with the pistol. Here's Ashe on the high ground, by the way, while we're 1v1ing Cow. She's back. She kills me. Zach has no time to get to this flank, of course, because he's playing Sigma. He's down low. But he kills the Cow. Again, in Zach's head this entire time, this in the video, Zach is killing people. Zach is in their backline killing people. And so when I say, can you swap, Zach is indignant because he's like, wait a minute, I'm killing people. People are dying. Like, from his point of view, he's not seeing what's happening in the rest. Well, that's a really cool... That's what Baptiste's heal looks like. That's actually pretty cool. He's not seeing what's happening. That's sort of the point of like this VoD review. And I guess for everybody to see what's happening here. Alright, let's speed up. I don't think anything happens for a while. We gotta regroup. Okay, we're back at, I would say, like our resting position here. This time, it's exactly the same as last time. Dabarella is down, essentially expecting to contest, although with their team comp, they barely contested the point at all. I don't know if this is even necessary to start down here, especially because we can't be down here. If we're down here, if me and Baptiste are down here with this shield, trying to get use out of this shield, this Pharah conks up here behind, and I can't... The shooting vertically when she has all this like girder and this high ground, she could like go right here and just like jiggle peek. She'd go up here and she'd just like jiggle peek, shoot down. That's what I would do if I was Pharah. And you know, of course, ignore the shield. I can't be down there with that. That's useless for us to. But Baptiste as well. So we need to be up here. So this is the exact same thing they did the first fight, which is what we just started. They're gonna have the rest of the team go top left. They're gonna have the pharmacy engage to the right. They're gonna bank on the fact that the lone soldier won't be able to finish off. Especially because I'm not getting pocketed by VCAT. I don't get damage boost. That's not VCAT's fault. VCAT's trying to heal people most of the time, but it's just so hard for a non-pocketed soldier to deal with this pharmacy. She conks in. I immediately jump because I'm like, okay, as soon as she conks in, and I'd already seen VCAT move. VCAT went over here, so I'm like, VCAT's gone. I will die if I stay here. I need to leave. Memski decides maybe he can take it. He has to burn Immortality Field. Again, we now have no mobility. He's dead. We can't help him. Dabarella is trying. Dabarella from her... Again, I'd like to see the amount of time Dabarella spends not taking any damage because they're just completely ignoring her. She's just like a non-fact... She's just like a spectator in this entire fight. She's just watching and shooting her, whatever, 10 damage per second, you know, bullets. So what's happened over here while this dive is happening? Well, they use deep beat drop to engage. Zach has been holding them back for the last like 3 seconds by himself, backing up. It's admirable. But they use beat drop, and they finally, you know, 1v6 Zach, because he was alone up here. Because Zach didn't, I don't think Zach knew what was happening over here. He didn't know that none of us were helping him. We were getting dove by a pharmacy on this side, and it was taking so much of our attention here. So Zach dies, probably thinking, GG report team for leaving me to die over here. Okay, VCat's got to leave. Shield check. Shield's not blocking anything. Zach is dead. Zach's shield's only ever was protecting himself in this choke anyways. So now the shit has hit the fan. Now we got a pocketed Ashe up top, which if we're gonna, the only person that can stop her again is if Zach executes a super long flank, which we probably don't even have time to do anymore because he's Sigma. He's got to walk up there and slowly kill them. So at this point it's just over. The pharmacy's uncontested. I died. I forget when I died. Oh, I didn't die. Yeah, let's see what happened to me this fight. As I T-pose down. It's the last thing to see this fight. When I drop down here, because I know I can't survive the pharmacy who's about to dive me. What happens to me? Well, I try to rotate high grounds, which as the DPS is what you're supposed to do here. I always try to maintain high ground. I'm trying to get a good line of sight for the pharmacy. I can't go back up there because she's shooting that way, but I can go to this high ground and try. I go up there to look. He just dropped beat. Oh, what's happening to me? Here comes the pocket, the damage boosted diva. This entire fight, while these people, she's uncontested, I can't do a thing because I'm just running away from the diva. There's the beat drop, I'm not there. She boops me, she DMs me, she shoots me till I'm dead. Okay. I believe we just lose this, yeah. Okay, so if we think about the value gathered from everybody, okay, so value gathered from let's start with Deadly. He's playing Tracer, Genji. Okay, very suboptimal picks there. Like that's just undeniable. Like they're in the pharmacy and the Ashe, and he couldn't get much done. But he's playing that. He's been forced to something suboptimal because he doesn't want to just like if he picks McCree there, I couldn't survive as soldier. He's gonna get clapped even faster as McCree because he doesn't have any shield protection. He would just get dove by the 4-man dive squad of the Lucio, Diva, and the pharmacy. So he can't play McCree. He has to play something that can protect himself, and that's suboptimal. But it's sort of what's forced because our double shield tank is not protecting us at all. My pick is soldier. It's because he's the only hit scan that again can protect themselves. It's necessary to at least make sure the pharmacy's got something to defend themselves, but it was completely shut down by the diva. Baptiste was good to help with the Pharah. I'm glad he went Baptiste, but again, he couldn't do it either. And then all that leaves that we can swap is really the shield tanks. Like it's all that's left that we can improve there. Because gameplay-wise, for how we played that fight, like I think my positioning, I think I positioned as well as I possibly could have as soldier. I don't know what I could have changed for myself there on that defense to make that better. Besides pick a better hero like McCree, because McCree could like 2-tap if I'm lucky, but I don't have the survivability. Alright, so we're going to avoid this fight because nothing important happens here. What happens is me and Deadly go Doomfist Genji, and it's a dive that actually works pretty well here. We dive the Ana, she dies, and Memski gets a double kill. That's not important. The second thing to see here is on our offense. We'll see very similar stories.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
Okay, we're going to start with this poke of the choke. They swap to Symmetra, so this first fight doesn't matter. They swap to Sim, so I immediately swap off. I think I swap off Genji. Do I say Genji one more fight? Let's see. No, I immediately swap off Genji. Go to Hanzo. Again, poke of the choke. This is not really important. We're waiting for respawn, so. Okay, wait, that's pretty big. So this is a good use of the shield, but it's mostly a screw up by them. The Pharah decided to call. She's been so uncontested for the game this point. She has probably got like this invincibility complex on her, where she thinks like, oh, I'm safe to do anything because no one's contested her. So she goes in and tries like to 1v4 Barrage here, and Zach gets up this nice shield in time to protect. So that's a good use of shields, and that is a big pick to start off this fight. I'll say it's mainly because it was a bad play on them, and I'll also say that a diva could have done this just as well, if not better. Like a defense matrix in the face of her is better, but whatever. It's a good play. Playing Sigma well there. Nice. Back up here. Deadly gets a big pick. Here, let me go in slow motion. Okay, so we're offending a second point. Offending, is that even a word? We're on offense for the second point of a 2 CP map. So the most important thing here is that we need to get picks and we need to get them fast because they have the respawn advantage severely. So what's the most important thing? We keep up this guy who can shoot people in the head and one-shot them. This guy with the discords to help damage them down. And this guy, where is Deadly? This guy who can one-shot with the fist. Because if these people die, the rate at which we can kill people will go down and they'll overcome us with spawn advantage. Okay, so let's see how this fight goes down.
Not budging.
Deadly's getting another good punch. That diva gets demech. Deadly plays Doomfist really well in this fight. He's getting a lot of work done. Completely just ignoring our own shield camp. Okay, so we have a flanking so shield check. Zach's shield's not up. I don't know why. But Dabarella's shield's only protecting herself. No real damage is coming their way. This is sort of like a useless sort of tank battle here where they're trying to kill... Again, Cal's entire purpose here, especially on defense now, Cal's entire purpose is just to stay on the point and, like, survive. And her value goes up so much when you try to kill her because that means you're not killing their important players like this Symmetra who's flanking into their backline. This, I don't know why she's slurping here, probably just for heals, but these two tanks are not in trouble. It's a slurping Moira, it's a cow, okay? Here's the threat on our back line. I'm dying, I'm almost dead. I'm at 1 HP. Shield check. Okay, what's happening? Flank alert. Zach's going for his signature Sigma flank while we're getting the back line. Zach has decided Cow is enemy number 1 and he's going in for the kill. Alright. Never mind this Symmetra who's gotten her shield charged up. Shield check. Zach's shield still not up. Dabarella's shield only protecting herself. Again, now this person, they have identified that our back line is being unprotected. They're going for the flank. Now we have 2 beams. Look at poor Memesky. This poor dude. Getting absolutely screwed. He's getting double beamed from both angles. Okay, they don't give a flying F about our shield. Zach's shield's not even up. Dabarella's shield's only protecting himself. Dab has recognized the error, the what's going on. She's turning around right now saying, "Oh, fuck, my Zenyatta." Zach has no idea what's going on because he's decided, I'm about to... Check me out, I'm about to hard carry this by killing this cow. So what happens here? Luckily, I get a headshot onto this Symmetra. Again, this type of play that happens often. People don't even recognize it. You just get a good headshot, and you save yourself. You save your team from poor positioning and play by just, shooting somebody in the head. It's a great reason to play Hanzo. Moira's still diving our Zen. Forces out Trance. This Trance was just forced out because of a flanking Moira. Meanwhile... We're killing Cow, though, so that's important. Because this Cow's the threat number 1 here. Okay, Cow's dead. Unfortunate. But, if you look at the fight, we haven't lost anybody yet. I got a good headshot, Deadly's gotten a few good punches, and Zach's flank actually did kill the Cow. So we're looking good. But, Trance is out for absolutely no reason. We lost the Trance for nothing, basically. A flanking freaking Moira got that Trance out. But you might be thinking, I mean, we have all 6 still alive, we're on point. They're staggering spawn. How do we possibly lose this fight? Let's find out. Double shield check. This is a good shield. Finally, we have like a shield combination that is actually protecting, I guess, the Zen as well. That's not me, but I'm heading towards it, I think, here, to try to get some value out of the shields. Here comes the pharmacy. They're conking in.
Allow me to repair the damage.
This right here is why... Even if we were playing with shields, like a shield check is bad. Because this Pharah goes above it, and then what have we done? We've grouped up so she gets perfect AoE on that. If we're playing behind the shield, that means we're all bundled up, and she can get these devastating rockets in. She actually misses that rocket pretty bad, but... Now she's diving the back line. Zach, okay, in Zach's now using his shield. He's recognized to kill the pharmacy. I think he's trying to put up his shield to stop the pharmacy, but it's very hard to do. A defense measures work better. We're all shooting the Pharah. We're trying really hard to kill the Pharah. We don't have a hit scan here, so it's kind of bad. If we had a D.Va, it would have been nice, though. Oh, wait a minute. Here's their D.Va. How did she get behind? I still don't know. I think she never died. She got to 1 HP there, and she just survived. The bomb gives way for this res to get off, so now Symmetra, so now Mercy's back alive. Shield check.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
What's going on here? We have a Symmetra in the back, and a D.Va in the back, and a Pharah about to be above us. Both tanks are at full HP. VCAT's slurping, trying to kill that Mercy, but I don't think we'll end up killing her. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what's happening to poor Memski? Oh no. Symmetra TP's behind. We got a pharmacy above who's about to turn towards looking this way. D.Va is behind. There goes Memski. He already had to use trance just for a flanking more. He's got nothing to save himself now. What are we doing on point? Shield is protecting essentially nothing. It's probably helping with the pharmacy at this point. We're trying to kill Ball, I guess? Tech's shooting at that Ball. Again, we're trying to offend a 2 CP point here. Ball should not be the first when there's someone else alive. Memski's dead. Now they turn their attention to me. I'm behind this turret. I'm trying to survive. Dabrella has recognized that there's a threat in the back, but Memski's already dead. And the bullets aren't going to do much. Shield check. Zach's shield's not up. Dab's already lost hers, but Zach's shield's not protecting anybody. There it is. Okay, now it's up. Now it's kind of protecting both of us. Luckily, Deadly gets a big punch.
Holding position.
Zach has decided this fight isn't going very well. We need a big Sigma ult, but I believe that just doesn't hit anybody. I'm diving. What's happening? What's happening here? Shield check. We have Dabrella, who's at 75% HP. Nobody's shooting at her. They don't give a flying F about her because once they kill everybody else, you know, they just finish her off at the end. We're on offense. Zach's shield barely protecting himself. These shields are not doing anything. What are they all doing? D.Va, pharmacy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Poor Hanzo sitting in the back trying to run away, trying to survive. Now he's dead. Okay, so now we lost. Because now we're trying to offend a 2 CP. Unless Deadly kills 5 here. Now it's just 2 tanks. Oh, look. The 2 tanks are nice and healthy. Because nobody gives a flying F about these 2 guys because they can wait till the very end to kill them. Now Deadly's got to get a 5k here if he wants to fill out because he's basically end and it's not going to happen. See how quick the 2 tanks died? Like once they actually all 6 decided, like okay, now we can kill. It always feels like they at any point could just kill Cow, and they just know that let's just wait till the end. Like let's just kill everybody else around her, let her shield sit in her shield, and then once we kill them all, then let's just all dive her. Okay. At any point, if we had a D.Va or a Hog to help heal for our backline and deal more damage. More a hook onto the pharmacy, or the DM and the fly up against the pharmacy would have been helpful. Okay, we kill Moira. We just like team shoot her. I believe we just end up winning this fight. We get enough picks early that they can't. There's no flank left to do. Let's see. Shield check. They're both facing the same direction. That's pretty useless. And of course it's double useless because again, most of the damage here. The shield's in this direction. What's in this direction? There's nobody over here. There's a pharmacy above. There's this D.Va on the side, weaving shots in between, who can dive behind it anyways. These shields are not doing anything. And then here comes Symmetra from the flank too. Here comes the TP flank that she loves to do. Uh-oh, here's our back line. Uh-oh, the pharmacy dove with the ult. Shield check time. Shield's not doing anything. Deborah's at full HP. She's a nice, crispy full HP. So, I mean, I don't know. I think this is about all you can get out of this. I mean, the method of this comp is very obvious. It's ignore the tanks, kill everything behind them, and then finish them off last. In almost every fight, the last 3 people alive have been the 2 tanks and probably deadly or more, just because they have the, you know, mobility to have survived that long. But the Zen, or whether he's playing Zen or Baptiste, and me die first. And one of the healers. And it creates the illusion. Now what that creates is that creates space for a Sigma to do shit tons of damage. If I'm playing Hanzo and their game plan is to ignore for me last, I guarantee you I have gold damage, I have gold kills because they're ignoring me and because I can keep shooting everybody. So it's understandable that in Zach's point of view, he's saying, wait, the Sigma's working out. I'm doing so much. I'm doing so much damage. I'm getting kills. I'm getting like half the kills here because they're not even shooting at him. So of course he can get kills. I could too if no one's shooting at me. They don't care about him. And their strategy works to ignore the double shields, play around the double shields, ignore those 2 tanks. You can't ignore a D.Va or a Hog. That's the point of switching here. If they can't run the strat of ignore the D.Va because the D.Va just guns straight into somebody's face and blasts 1,000 damage into their head. They have to. Same thing with a Hog. They can ignore a Sigma. They can ignore a cow. Definitely ignore a cow. But this fight, I actually pop off. I get like some really nice headshots. Here and there. Deadly get some kills too. I mean, yeah, I would just like to know the amount of damage just the tanks took in general. I would not be surprised in this game if I or the Zen took more damage than the tanks did. Now consider that the tanks took the least amount of total HP damage just because no one's shooting at them because they don't care. Okay, I think that's all from this fight because after this we sort of completely change up. I don't think there's much else to see because we end up winning this game, coming from a deficit here. In large part because I think this holding point can be worked better, and we swapped the double hit scan, and this guy went Zen for even more pharmacy damage, and we just hit some nice shots. But you can't be expected to just win games because you're essentially facing like a 5v6. Like I would say the total value out of both tanks is equivalent to 1 tank in this game. Like the Sigma Arissa combo of value was equal to like 1 person. See, look, we just team fire this Pharah. That's the only reason we win this here, and it gets res, but we're gonna do it again. Yeah, there's not much else to see here. We win. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show. Show in depth why, if they're running, if like 4 of their 6 people don't care about shields, why it's a good idea. Like why it's not about how well you can play. What the heck is that? That's weird. It's not just about how well you can play. Yes, I guess technically if I ran McCree and hit every headshot in the world, then we could still play suboptimally. And it wasn't about the healer picks, or it wasn't about the DPS picks. I don't think the DPS pick could have been better. I don't think the healer pick could have been better. I think the tank pick could have been better, and that's where we could have improved. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's it.